Hey, Alex.
What?
So when you're on a boat and you're on like a rocky ocean, and you're drifting out to sea, what's the best way to keep your boat like sturdy and just staying still?
Oars?
No, not even close. You throw out your anchor.
Oh, your anchor. Oh,
Yep,
okay.
You throw out your anchor. You know what I like to do to keep my podcast steady and just sturdy while everything else seems to be rocky and wavy around me?
Not oars, right?
Not oars. It's Anchor again.
Oh, okay.
That's right. Anchor.fm. Let me explain. This app is free, completely free to host your podcast on.
Like 100% free?
100% free. And you get unlimited storage for all your episodes.
Unlimited?
Unlimited.
Unlimited.
As Russell Wilson would say.
Yes.
That's right. It's also got creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer.
Well, I'm all about that.
I know. And it also distributes your podcast for you, so it can be heard on the likes of Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, all of them.
What's not to like?
It's great. You can even make money from your podcast, Alex.
And we're all about that.
And you don't need minimum listenership. So,
that's
that's a real good thing. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. You need to download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started.
I'm getting right on it right now.
Keep your boat and your podcast sturdy.
Hey, everybody in the Chairmen Leagues. This is our very first 2020 League note for the season.
Woo!
I'm here with Ben.
I am here.
And I'm Alex also, just in case you didn't know. But this is our first league note. So we're just going to go over the matchups for the Redraft League and the Dynasty League and maybe give a couple of people that were watching from each matchup, some heavy hitters. You know what I'm saying?
Heavy heaters?
It's heavy heaters.
Heavy heaters, huh? They're heating up. Heavy.
Heavy heaters?
It's hot and heavy.
Or hitters?
Either one. I think it works either way.
All right. And for anybody that's listening that's not in the league, you're more than welcome to listen. We're going to put this out to the public if you're curious to see what our league looks and sounds like.
Yeah, the inner workings of the Fantasy Chairmen League of Origin.
You guys are more than welcome to listen and hear how our league is doing throughout the year. And the
Dynasty League as well.
Happy to have y'all listening.
That's right.
And maybe this will be the beginning of a listener league, maybe.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
If we get a listener league started, we can add that into our league notes.
Ooh, yeah, most definitely.
All
right, well, without further ado, let's jump into Week 1 matchups in the League of Origin.
Yep, our 12-team redraft league. We lost a couple of teams this year. We dropped down. I think we're going to be back up to 14 next year. Yeah. It's the plan,
It's the plan for now, but we'll see. We'll see going.
We'll be up for consideration in the league.
True.
Yeah, one guy wanting to come back, but just had to take the year off. So it's okay. It's okay. Sometimes that happens, and you got to work around it. Mm-hmm. Drop down to 12 teams, and here we go.
This is our 12-team half-point PPR league. So
one quarterback,
single quarterback.
Kicker. Still have defenses.
No kicker.
No kickers. Still have defenses.
So first matchup we're going to go with that I'm looking at here, Ben, is the old dirty Sass against I Am Spartacus. Matt against your dad, Brian.
Oh, yeah. Fantasy Sasquatch.
Checking out these guys. So currently it looks like it's, the little win meter thing, it's very in the middle there. So, but a couple of the heavy hitters I'm looking at on Brian's team here is he's got Patty Mahomes. He was the first quarterback off the board in the draft.
Yeah, went with the last pick of the first round, I believe.
Patty Mahomes. He's also currently he's got Adam Thielen there too. I do like Adam Thielen in his matchup against Green Bay. Mm-hmm. That'll be a good matchup there. And then Kenyon Drake, kind of a tough matchup against San Francisco 49ers rush defense right up there. To start the year, but that's one to keep an eye on. On Matt's side of the matchup, he's got Derrick Henry going up against your Denver Broncos. And,
man.
We just had some unfortunate news. It might make it a little bit easier on Derrick Henry now for the running game. So
we love you, Von Miller. Get well.
It's a bummer deal. Von Miller out for the season. Was it ankle injury or knee?
It sounds like he's out for the season. It sounds like it's a tendon in the ankle.
That's a bummer.
That he may need surgery on. Get well soon, Vaughn. I'm very sad.
Yes. Another couple of guys that I'm really looking at here is Julio Jones on Matt's team, and then he's also got Kareem Hunt in the flex there. We talked about that earlier. So
yeah, we talked about that in the Megasode. If you haven't listened to that, go back and listen to that. Mm-hmm. Celebrating NFL Week 1. But yes, Kareem Hunt will be interesting to see what kind of usage he gets this week and if they fall behind the Ravens.
And he just signed a 2-year extension right there. So he's going to be with the Browns for a bit. So not good news for Chubb.
Come on.
But, we'll see how Matt's trio of Falcons does against Brian. So,
3 Falcons. It'll be interesting. We'll see what happens with you there, Squatch.
So, good luck to both of you. Next matchup, what do you got, Ben?
Oh, let's see. I'm going to go into we're going to go into Jared versus Kyle here.
Ooh, all right.
Jared taking on Kyle guy. And over on Jared's side, he snagged himself Tom Brady in the middle of the draft. He was asking Tom Brady or Matt Ryan. Gave the recommendation Matt Ryan. He went Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm. He wanted that Tom Brady Mike Evans stack.
That's right, because he did get Mike Evans there in what I believe 3rd round.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, kind of close towards the end of the 3rd round. Got Mike Evans. He wanted that stack with Tom Brady there, so that's going to be interesting to see the dynamic of that. And if that ends up being a high-scoring game against New Orleans. Miles Sanders going to be one to watch with that lower leg injury.
Yeah, we'll get to see how he's moving around, if it's going to affect him or not.
Yep, see what kind of usage he gets there as well. And if Brandon Cooks can't go on Thursday, Will Fuller may be in for a big game.
Yeah, especially against Kansas City.
Against Kansas City, they're going to have to score. And then on Kyle's side, DJ Chark, who I believe could be interesting going up against Indianapolis. I don't think their defense is very, very daunting. I think the Jaguars are going to have to throw it a lot. Mm-hmm. And then Kyler Murray going against San Francisco. Just got DeAndre Hopkins there with the Cardinals. I'm going to see if he peppers old Hopkins with targets and if he can survive that.
Who also just signed a fat extension,
yes, he
too.
Did. 2-year fat, $50 million.
Yeah, extension. Like $27 million a year.
Crazy. So that'll be interesting. The defensive front in San Francisco, very, very daunting, going up against a poor line of Arizona. So hopefully Kyler can survive that. Mm-hmm. It'll be good.
All right, our next matchup here, we got Team Hales.
Oh, yeah.
Going up against, that's your brother, right? Right there?
That's Brandon. The dancing pizza.
The dancing pizza. Yeah, that was what was throwing me off. I was like,
pizza.
I was like, what is that? By the way, if you didn't know, we are on the Sleeper app. So they got the little, what are they called? Mascots.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this little floppy pizza here.
Yeah.
So you got Mike going up against your bro here. And Mike, man, he snagged a bunch of guys that I was hoping that I could get later on.
He was just a little bit earlier on some of these guys than what I think you and myself were hoping to get.
Yep, and that's what he had to do, being on the end there. So that's he did exactly what he needed to do. So
smart draft strategy.
He took a lot of picks that I was hoping to get on the comeback to me. But no, he had a good draft from my thoughts, anyways. So Mike's team here, he's got Russell Wilson going up against Atlanta, and we determined this as our jackpot matchup. So I think Russ is going to be throwing the ball a lot, trying to get caught up. Oh yeah,
that was the jackpot matchup of the week.
Buku fantasy points ready to roll.
I missed the jackpot roll with Matt's 3 Falcons over there.
Yeah, I know.
Dang it.
So
Sorry, Squatch.
I think Russell Wilson's about to have himself a game. He's also got Christian McCaffrey there. I mean, set it and forget it. That's about the easiest set it and forget that you could have. And then Chris Godwin going up against the Colts. I'm curious to see what Tom Brady's rapport is with Chris Godwin. So that'll be curious to see.
Who gets love, Mike Evans or Godwin?
Yep. And then on
Gronk.
Gronk, yeah, no kidding. On your brother's side of the ball here, he's got Deshaun Watson as a quarterback there, and going up against Kansas City, I think Deshaun's going to have a real good game. Another heavy hitter that I am keeping my eye on as well is going to be Saquon Barkley going up against Pittsburgh. That's going to be an interesting matchup. Pittsburgh has a very good run defense, so it'll be interesting to see how Saquon does against that stout defense there.
Yeah. Brandon's got Travis Kelce here, too, who has been dealing with a knee injury, apparently.
I just saw he practiced in full today.
Did he practice in full? Okay, I missed
so
that.
He should be good to go.
Good. I like to hear that because I have him in Dynasty. So.
Yep, no doubt. So it'll be a good matchup here, but it currently has Mike here heavily favored. So we'll see what happens, though. Anything can happen.
Yeah, Mike's team looks fairly daunting in this one.
As always, every year.
Man. Reigning champ.
Yep, no kidding.
The reigning champ. Got the first pick. Ugh. Good on you, Mike, but ugh.
Yep.
Jeez. All right, next one?
All
right, we got Jeff versus Marcus going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff versus Marcus. This one's going to be interesting. Jeff felt like he got sniped pretty often a couple of times.
Yep.
I think he sniped you a couple of times too.
But. Yeah, he did snipe me a couple of times. And I will say this, Jeff's team, I looked at it the other day and I messaged him about this and I said, looking at your team, it is way different than most teams that I've seen you draft. Usually he's kind of he likes the steady Eddie guy, kind of guys, the very safe floors. But he went entirely like ceiling. He went boom this year.
Yeah, he went with the boom bust type guys. But with Tyreek Hill, DK Metcalf, Deshaun Jackson, Brandon Cooks down here who did not practice today. That makes me nervous.
Yeah, better watch out for that.
Want to keep an eye on that there, Jeff, because, oh, man, I had a hot take out there for Brandon Cooks for this Thursday night game too, and it's
not looking good.
Does not look like that's going to come to fruition if he is indeed hurt as bad as it may sound.
Mm-hmm.
He's got Aaron Rodgers up here. I'm going to be interested to see what Aaron Rodgers does, if he comes out firing, if he's all pissed off and fired up from everything this offseason.
From the Jordan Love being drafted in the first round.
And then Jonathan Taylor there in his second running back slot. He drafted him fairly early. That's just where Jonathan Taylor was going, I think third round. So it'll be interesting to see how much usage Marlon Mack gets, and as well as Jonathan Taylor. Both could see a pretty good game against Jacksonville, though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody's thinking Jacksonville is going to be a very stout defense at all.
No, not really. I think Jonathan Taylor might be running all over these guys. So
yeah. On Marcus's side, we've got David Johnson there in the running back slot. It'll be I'm pulling for David Johnson like we talked about on the Megasode. Lots of stock in him.
Yep, need a rushing touchdown.
Yeah, with the prop bet there on Thrive Fantasy. Alex needs a rushing touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking he's going to get a receiving one, though. DeAndre Hopkins with the Arizona Cardinals now. Marcus has him in his wide receiver lineup there. Says he's questionable, but I don't think I've heard anything on,
I haven't heard anything
him.
either.
I think he's okay, other than the big extension he signed.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to see him get peppered a ton. I think they're going to try to feature him early and often in this game. And then the likes of Keenan Allen to see how he gels with Tyrod Taylor. This going against Cincinnati, that's not a very scary defense at all. So we could see Keenan Allen get peppered with targets, have himself a big game as well. All right, last two matchups here.
I'll do mine first here. It's my team going against Chance's team. And I was telling you about this yesterday. Like, when I look at my team, there's been years where I looked at my team and I said, man, I smacked it out of the park on this one. Like, I dominated this draft. This year I looked at my team and I kind of went, like,
feel okay about it.
I feel all right about it. I feel all right, but I just don't feel, I don't know why I'm feeling like that, but it just is what it is, I guess, this year.
It happens.
A couple of people that I'm really going to be watching, Clyde Edwards-Helaire on Thursday night. I want to see the division of workload between him and Darrell Williams.
Yep.
Darnell
Williams.
Darrell Williams. So I'll be keeping an eye on that for sure. Also want to see how Robert Woods, I'm sure his workload is going to stay the same, if not get even more workload in single wide receiver sets.
He's going to be a target monster this year. We talked about this. You went the other direction of Jeff, basically.
I did.
He went with the boom bust wide receivers. You went with like the target heavy, kind of those steady Eddie guys. That
my
can't
boom,
go wrong with Allen Robinson, Robert Woods.
My boom or bust players this year is kind of my running backs, which in years past has kind of been, I usually go safe with running backs and then kind of fluctuate with wide receivers, but I kind of did an inverse this year. So, and then just my flexes too. Just, I hate, the tweeners, trying to decide which one I want. I hate doing that. So I got, Kirk and James White currently in my flex. So we'll see what happens there. And then on the other side, Chance's team here, he's got Drew Brees going up against Tampa Bay, which I think it has shootout potential as well. So I think Drew Brees could be chucking the ball a lot come Sunday. He's also got Antonio Gibson in his lineup.
Man.
We're going to have a little
his
battle
stock
of the...
has soared.
Yeah, have a battle of the rookies.
Yeah, that'll
Gibson
be fun
against
to watch.
Edwards-Helaire.
That's going to be fun to watch. Fun matchup here.
So, and then he's got... Also has... just noticing, too, he's starting Cam Akers as well. He's got pair of rookies. So
two rookie running backs.
I'm going to be watching those guys for sure on his matchup. So it'll be a good one, Chance. And I guess I could provide you a little bit of smack talk here. But it's going to be all for naught, Chance. I'm sorry to say.
Let them know.
All for naught. You're going to be.
Let them know.
You're going to be lost within the Robert Woods, and you're going to be. Everything's just going to be turning James White to you, and you're not going to want to do. You're just going to hope that anyone out there that Bryce loved you could throw you a lifeline, and you're going to be praying to Dallas Goedert, and it's not going to be. God. It's going to be all for naught, and at the end of the day, you're going to be choking on all those fantasy points. My team's going to be scoring against you, and the only sound that you're going to hear from you is Eckler, Austin Eckler.
Oh my God.
That was right off the top of my head. I don't know.
That was really good smack talk.
That was bad.
That was fantastic. Oh, man. All right. Well, last matchup in the League of Origin here is me versus Alex P.
And you got a little taco doing a push-up.
I got a little taco. He's doing some push-ups. Alex has a girl with some robot arms that's shooting things at me. I don't know.
That's
Super HQ, bringing the outlandish mascots.
Bringing the wildness.
I love it. I'm projected to get pretty beat up in this, and I'm putting a call out to fantasy platforms right now. Give us the option to hide projections, because I just hate looking at projections.
I love projections.
Man, sometimes you just look at it and then you start thinking like, oh, am I making the wrong call? Am I making the wrong? You just got to go with your gut. Don't be a ranking slave.
Well,
don't be a ranking slave.
Well, no.
Don't be a ranking slave.
No, I mean, at the end of the day, when you got those tweeners, you got to go with your gut.
No, I just want to hide the projection. I don't even want to see, man. I just want to put it out there and just like...
Take a piece of paper, cover them up, man. I don't know.
That doesn't work. I want the option to hide them. I don't even want to see them.
I love seeing the projections.
No way.
Like you wait Tuesday or Monday.
I love seeing them when I go above and beyond for sure.
Well, I mean, like after the Monday night game, you're like sitting there, and usually it's after I've won. Like I'm like, oh man, what's my projections going to be the next week? If I lost, I'm like, I don't even want to look at this until tomorrow. Until I have
I'd rather just set my lineup without him. All right, well, I got Lamar Jackson going out here. I think Lamar's going to just continue his reign. My boy Nick Chubb, I think he's going to see a lot of rushes in this game, even if they fall behind.
What do you think about your team this year?
I was kind of the same. I mean, I got a lot of guys that I like a lot, between Hayden Hurst, Marquise Brown, Odell, Nick Chubb, Lamar Jackson. Mm-hmm. I got a lot of guys that I like. I went with Lamar Jackson in the second round, which is not something I normally do. I just decided to go for it this year, though, because he was sitting there, and I was like, you know what? I'm taking him. So I typically do not ever do that, especially in the League of Origin here.
Did that kind of throw you off your game plan a little bit?
I mean, my draft was a little stranger than what I expected, and then obviously being right next to you and Matt, And Jared, I got sniped a lot. So
that happened for me in the 5th round when I took Mark Andrews. And then I was like, man, I haven't taken a tight end right there ever in any mock draft. So it was a little uncharted territories.
I got a lot of players I feel good about. I ended up taking, kind of injury dip value picks on David Montgomery and AJ Green. We'll see what happens with that. But once they just went down far enough, I was like, I'm just going to pull the trigger on it. Mm-hmm. Whatever. But no, and then on Alex's side over here, she's got Dak Prescott, who we like Dak Prescott a lot this year. Mm-hmm. Michael Thomas, he's going to be a target monster again, especially going up against Tampa Bay, who everybody's expecting to be just a scoring machine. And then Zach Ertz, the Eagles wide receiving core, all beat up again. He's going to be Carson Wentz's best friend.
Number 1 receiving
yet
option.
Again.
She's got Jarvis in her flex. Is Jarvis ready to go?
I think Jarvis is okay. He was activated off the PUP a while ago. Okay. Sounds like he's been moving okay. I haven't heard any negative reports from camp. She has Sony Michel in her starting lineup. Go ahead, keep him there. Good with that, Alex. That's just fine by me.
Hey, he could have with Damian Harris being on the IR, he could have a real relevant week 1 role.
Yeah, well, you know what? Here, Alex P, not you, Alex. Alex P, I'm playing you this week, and I'm seeing a lot of just, questionable...
Oh, is this some trash talk right here?
I'm just seeing a lot of, questionable moves in your lineup. I don't know. I mean, having Michael Thomas in your starting lineup, you should probably just go ahead and pull him out of there. And then, Aaron Jones isn't going to do anything. Please. Mark Ingram, he's going to get dethroned by J.K. Dobbins as early as this week. So, really, I
would love that.
I don't know. Yeah, I know you would. So, Alex, I'm sorry. It says you're projected to beat me by 9 points, but it's not even going to be close.
That's why Ben doesn't like projections.
You're going down. So, you're going to lose it this week. That's it.
There's some smack talking if I ever heard it.
That's it.
I like it.
All right, let's transition over to the Dynasty League.
Dynasty League. All right, for anyone that's not aware of what our Dynasty League setup is, it is a 10-team half-point PPR Superflex League.
Mm-hmm. All the other roster settings are the same, except we just have the Superflex.
No kicker
in Dynasty. No kicker. We still have a defense.
Yep.
Deeper rosters.
Much
deeper
rosters.
bench because it's Dynasty.
So first matchup we're going to do, we got Matt going up against Chance this week. The old Dirty Sass going up against Chance. And on the Sasquatch's team, he's got Pat Mahomes on his team. And
you're playing Chance. I was going to say, aren't they playing each other in the League of Origin too? But you're playing Chance.
Oh yeah, in the League of Origin, yeah. He's taking the brothers might.
Yes.
So the Sasquatch, he's got Pat Mahomes there as a starting quarterback. That's an excellent start for your number 1 quarterback slot anyways. In his Superflex spot, he currently has Lamar Jackson, who he traded the farm for, by the way, to Ben.
Oh, yeah. There was only one way I was going to trade Lamar Jackson, and Matt went for it.
So he, by far, has the best quarterback duo in the league, but it came at a cost. He currently has Matt Breida and Kerryon Johnson in his starting running back spots. Ew. That is gross. That is disgusting. And you might be saying, well, why not start someone on your bench? Don't you got someone better? Well, yeah, I mean, I guess he's got Leonard Fournette. He can wait to see a little bit there, He's got
that
Ryan
was real
Hall.
Scary for a while.
Yeah, no kidding.
Man.
So
Matt, you need running back.
Matt real thin at running back.
Yes.
Chance's side of this matchup here, he's got Derrick Henry and Aaron Jones, 2 Studleys right there that I'm going to be watching this Sunday for sure. He's got Hopkins and Mike Evans as well. He's got a pretty good little core right there. And he's got Jimmy G as his quarterback 1 and Teddy B as his quarterback 2 in the Superflex.
That'll be fun to see what Teddy B does.
I am excited to see what Teddy does. So
I like it.
That's a good matchup. That'll be a good one to see.
Good stuff. All right, next one we got here, we've got Mike going up against Campbell.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. The Floppy Okapis is Campbell's team name here. If you guys don't have your team names done yet, get your teams named, please. I know I still need to name mine in League of Origin. It's probably just going to be Fantasy Chairman.
Just name something.
Anyway, on Mike's side, he's got Russell Wilson. He's got Russell Wilson in both leagues. He's
a Hawks fan.
Yeah,
he's a Hawks fan / Patriots fan, which I don't believe. I don't know if he's officially a Patriots fan or if he's a closet Patriots fan.
Strange.
But he always drafts Seahawks and Patriots most of the time.
He's got, let's see, Michael Gallup there at the wide receiver. That's going to be interesting to see how much he's used with CeeDee Lamb there now. Mm-hmm. And with Jason Witten gone. Will Fuller we talked about. I think he's going to have a pretty big game this Thursday, especially if Brandon Cooks can't go. And then... Man, Jack Doyle, he's been injured, but, I mean, we do know that Phillip Rivers likes his tight ends.
Most definitely.
Especially in the red zone there. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with Jack Doyle or if it's Mo Alley Cox, that gigantic man himself.
A gigantor.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. And then over on Campbell's side, we've got Carson Wentz at the quarterback. And Tyrod Taylor down in the Superflex. So starter for the Chargers. Campbell's got himself a couple of his Dolphins, Devontae Parker in there. See if the magic remains with Fitz magic.
Campbell's a Dolphins fan / Chargers fan / Lions fan /
Eagles fan
/
whatever.
Rookie player fan /
He currently has Jordan Akins in one of his flex spots.
Yeah, play it.
I mean, go for it. You know, he's got the likes of Zach Moss down on his bench, David Montgomery, who may not play this week, and Dawson Knox. I mean, I don't know. You got Jordan Akins in there right now.
He's got the starting running back for the Washington football team, J.D. McKissick, on his bench.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he was listed as the starter. But he's got Josh Jacobs and Miles Sanders there, a couple of sophomore running backs. We'll see what they do.
I like it. All right, next matchup here. We got Alex P. going up against Jared. Let's see here. Sorry, pulling up the team here. Looking on Alex P's side of this matchup, she's got Drew Brees as her quarterback 1, Christian McCaffrey as her running back 1. That's a solid duo right there. Oh, and to boot, Ezekiel Elliott as her running back 2.
Oh,
man. Some dynasty here, people. Remember, dynasty.
Yes, so dynasty. There were
lots of trades have been made. Many of trades have been made. So, so definitely watching those guys. She also has Zach Ertz on her for her tight end. She's a big Zach Ertz fan. And then she's got Kirk Cousins in her Superflex spot. So that's a good quarterback to definitely have in the Superflex area. On Jared's side of the ball, he's got Dak Prescott as his quarterback 1, Saquon Barkley as his running back 1, Joe Mixon running back 2. That's a good little combo as well. Yeah, this could be a heavy hitting matchup right here.
For sure.
Chris Godwin and David Moore as wide receivers. Darn tootin'.
Jared's feeling real good about his dynasty team.
He's feeling good. And I will say this. Also has Matt Ryan in a Superflex spot, which is an excellent Superflex quarterback for sure.
Absolutely.
Jared is very top heavy. Let's just say that. He's very top heavy.
For sure.
So not to say he doesn't have some good, bench pieces, but he's
not much.
He's quite top heavy. But yeah, that'll be a good matchup to see. Lots of big players on those two teams. So
for sure. All right, last 2 matchups here. I'll go through mine.
Sure.
All right. So we got myself, the Thunder Tropics Flaming Dragon, versus Jeff.
With your little fire pig here, and then Jeff's got a little
dancing
little
ram.
Sheep or ram doing like the little the flossing thing.
Yeah, I'm taking on the husband-wife combo this week. Taking on Alex in the League of Origin and Jeff in the Dynasty League here. So got Drew Lock in at quarterback. Man, I'm partially nervous, but mainly just because I want him to work out for my Broncos.
I hear you. I hope it works because you invested a lot in it.
I got all my Browns, Nick Chubb, Odell Beckham, and Baker Mayfield. Let's go. I've got Keenan Allen, who, like I was talking about in the League of Origin.
Dude, your team name should not be Thunder Tropics Flaming Dragon. It should be Team Orange.
No, that's gross. I don't want to know. I got Cortland Sutton there, too. Travis Kelce, feeling good about him. Now that he's full go at practice.
The Broncos?
Broncos?
Broncos.
That's the Broncos.
Dude, you should be the Broncos.
I can't change it, man.
Yeah, you can.
No way.
Oh, you definitely can.
No, I got my
Team Broncos.
My team logo and everything. I can't do
Let
that.
Ben know if he should change his name to Team Broncos, people.
Oh, whatever. Get out of here. I think I probably have the deepest wide receiving core in the Dynasty League right now. I really tried to set myself up to be COVID ready for this season.
Ooh. In
case, I lose a guy here or there for a couple of weeks or up to a month, whatever.
You do.
I definitely made the moves on that. On Jeff's side, he's got Kyler Murray there. Like we talked about him in the League of Origin there. Feeling a little bit nervous about him against San Francisco. James Conner, we'll see. I mean, Tomlin's saying he's going to be the workhorse guy.
Saying he's
we'll
a
see
studly
if he
guy.
can stay healthy. Cooper Kupp versus Dallas. It'll be interesting to see if he can get back to relevance or if they stay in that 12 personnel that he struggled in last year. And then Evan Ingram, the Giants been talking about him potentially having a big season this year, but he's another one that you got to stay healthy.
Yeah, he needs to show it first.
Ronald Jones down here in a flex spot. We'll see how much work he gets over Leonard Fournette now. That's going to be a kind of a tricky backfield to be keeping an eye on. And Tom Brady in the super flex.
I like that. I like that spot.
All right.
Last matchup here. Got myself going up against Kyle here.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Big matchup. Sleeper currently has my team, the heavy favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, I will tell you this, people. A lot of people have been upset with, well, not upset with me, but.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people been upset with you. There's currently an embargo placed on Alex here.
Apparently there's an embargo on me.
Dynasty
I don't know.
League. No more trades with him.
I've had a lot of things.
He's taken advantage of Jeff many times.
I've had a lot of things pan my way, okay? There's no taking advantage of.
He's taken advantage of Jeff many times.
It takes two people to get a trade done. You guys can think what you want. Every trade.
We're going long on our league note.
We are a little bit. Well, we're covering 2 leagues, man.
It's fine.
It's we're at 31 minutes right now. That's about 15 minutes per league. That ain't bad.
I'm good with it.
Anyways, all you crybabies out here. Yeah, by the way, I am the champion of this league. So yeah. How you like them apples? Yeah. Reigning champ. Reigning champ.
Anybody else in the semifinal, I would be the champion.
The champ is here. Anyways, so going on about my team here, I have had quite a few things pan out my way. I took a couple gambles at the beginning. We just started this Dynasty League last year.
Let's just hear about it more.
And they did pan out. So if you hear some of my players, team, it's doing all right. It's doing all right. I got Deshaun Watson as my quarterback 1, sitting there going up against Kansas City. We kind of talked about him a little bit. I think he's going to have to score a lot of points to keep up with Kansas City.
For sure.
Alvin Kamara, Austin Eckler as some running backs, Tyreek Hill, Julio Jones, George Kittle, and Allen Robinson on my lineup as well. I got Tannehill currently in my Superflex spot. Here's a question for you, Ben. If you had to choose one of Tannehill or Fitzmagic this week for your Superflex, who would you go with? Tannehill going up against Broncos, Fitzmagic against the Patriots.
You should put in whichever one is going to help you lose.
Okay. So I figured.
That being said,
I'm asking you on the podcast now, Ben. You have to say.
That being said, I did pick Ryan Fitzmagic to be my fantasy MVP of the New England Miami game. Man.
At New England.
I almost. Oh, that's really close for me. I actually almost want to go Fitzmagic.
Mm-hmm. No, trust me. I've thought about it.
I mean, because he did just fine against New England last year, and New England's defense, I think, got worse. I mean, you still have Stephon Gilmore that's there, but they had so many people opt out.
And did they let go or they trade a bunch of people?
They I think they lost a couple of people.
Mm-hmm. Like
one of
Kyle Van Noy.
Yes, Van Noy. and somebody else. But
Dante Hightower opted out. Yeah,
I swear they had like
big pieces.
8 players, mostly defensive, that opted out for the season. So, man, I think I would play Fitzmagic, but
I'll have to take that into consideration.
Yeah.
On Kyle's side of the matchup here, Kyle's team kind of going through a little. He's like midway through the rebuilding process here, so he took a stab at some players in 2019. Didn't work so well, so his team looking.
You'll be okay, Kyle.
He's on the up and up.
You'll be okay, Kyle.
Don't worry about it. He's got Aaron Rodgers in his.
Need to reload on some draft picks.
Yeah, that's all. That's all. Move some stuff around. Get some high capital picks. He's got Aaron Rodgers as quarterback 1, Lev Bell, Jordan Howard for his running backs, Calvin Ridley, Robert Woods, wide receivers there. He's got the Walrus as his tight end, Henry Ruggs, and CeeDee Lamb as some flex options right there. So he's got 2 of the bigger rookie wide receivers.
I'm offended you're not starting Jerry Jeudy there, Kyle.
Yeah, why not do the trifecta, man? Ruggs, Lamb, Jeudy.
The big 3.
So, yeah, needless to say, if those guys pan out, Kyle's going to be set at wide receiver for a long time.
Filthy wide receiver core if they all hit.
Yes. So, it'll be a good matchup, Kyle. I'm going to give you a run for your money. So, just...
Take him down, Kyle. Take him down.
He's got this little, what the heck is it?
Be the David, all right?
He's got a little troll thing there that's like looking at this.
Be the David and conquer the Goliath.
Oh.
Pull out that slingshot this Sunday and let him know.
I'm just going to eat on that rock that you sling at me.
Blah.
And I think that's it for our matchups.
Yeah, hey.
This is our first league note here. Like I said, if you're an outside listener here, welcome.
Yeah.
You guys are more than welcome to download and listen to the league notes and kind of hear how our season is going.
We'll often do more than just preview matchups. We'll probably review kind of what went down.
Yeah. We'll go over
the week before, and probably won't take quite as long going into previews. But this is before week 1. We want to give everybody a sense of what teams are looking like, right? I mean,
yeah. We'll probably hit on like the people that had their high scores on teams for matchups and everything.
We'll be watching. I think what we'll do is be watching for, kind of just some like outlandish things that happened or like big swings in matchups. I think would be kind of fun to recap.
We do that
and go in, and we can maybe talk a little bit about waiver stuff here and there or whatever. But we'll kind of play with it. The league note.
Or maybe a big trade that happens during the week or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
We'll just cover inner workings of our leagues, and should be fun.
Sounds good, man. So, we good luck to everyone.
That's right. It's week 1. Don't forget to set your lineups before Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday night, first game.
Kicks off.
Chiefs and Texans.
I'm so excited.
All right, y'all. We'll catch you later.
All right. We'll see ya. Follow us. If you're from outside of here, follow us on Twitter at Chairman Fantasy, at FindFF Leagues, and at Fantasy Squatch.
Oh, yeah.
He'll be joining us on here.
Yeah. Download, rate, and review us on all your podcast listening devices and apps.
That's right. Bye-bye.
See ya.